In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA bets for Friday, April 4th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our Friday, April 4th NBA betting slate we got going on. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 8.91 thousand subscribers. 9.81 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience. All right. Now, going over some of the plays from today, because we're doing two videos in one day here. We had the Magic with the cover, and this is some of the stuff you guys complained about. But hey, we're going over some of the plays. I'm going to start doing that more often anyway. But Magic had the cover there. They won by 12. We had the 9.5. That's what I usually always post. The over did not hit. We had the over 215 that went under 215. For the Bucks and 76ers, we had the over 226. That hit. But we had the 76ers that covered the 12. That Bucks barely covered it and won by 13. There was an opportunity for a 76er to score in the last 30 seconds. He missed the shot. And that was really, that weighed the balance on both sides on that one. The Heat, we got the +5. We're waiting for that. That's going to come down to the wire. And then the T-Wolves and Nets, we had the Timberwolves to win by double digits. They're up by almost 20 points. All right, so if you guys want to continue to see winning plays, come over here on to the Patreon here. Get signed up, get locked into the community, and you're getting full access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. In Gainbridge Fieldhouse here, we have the Indiana Pacers 45-31 going up against the Utah Jazz 16-61. Looking at the current odds for this one here, we have the Pacers as home favorites minus 1,400 with the comeback of the Jazz at a +825. Point spread at a 15.5. Total points at 235.5. Public bet percentage here, 86% of the bets, 99% of the money towards the Pacers. For the point spread, no information on that as of right now. For the total points, 72% of the bets, 74% of the money towards the over 235.5. For the injury report, for starting off with the Utah Jazz, Walker Kessler's out, John Collins is out, William Markkinen is out, Cody Williams out for the year, and Jordan Clarkson is out for the year. This is really a decimating Utah Jazz team. For the Indiana Pacers, Pascal Siakam, game time decision. Naismith and Ben Mathurin, game time decision as well. Isaiah Jackson is out for the year. All right, both of these teams here obviously trending in opposite directions. Utah is on a 7-game losing streak, and the Pacers are playing much better basketball here, winning 3 out of their last 5, and they're coming off a very big win a couple days ago against Washington where they put up 162. This is kind of a similar scenario here. We're going up against a Utah Jazz defense that is non-existent, all right? And you're talking about Indiana at home where they're really strong. We have the point spread telling you where it's going to be aiming at in that direction as well. Give me the Pacers to cover the number. I'm going to post a 9.5. They should cover this 15.5 wholeheartedly, especially if we got a healthy lineup of Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton, with Miles Turner, and hopefully we can get a positive notice on Pascal Siakam. So give me the Pacers on the money line, Pacers to cover, and I like the total over 235 in here. Mainly banking on the Pacers here. If you want to get a little bit different, take the team total over for the Indiana Pacers as well. In TD Garden here, we have the Boston Celtics 56-20 going up against the Phoenix Suns 35-41. Looking at the total odds for this one here, we have the Celtics as huge favorites, minus 1,100 on the money line, with the comeback of the Suns at a plus 675. Point spread at a 14.5. Total points at 227.5. Public bet percentage here, 89% of the bets, 99% of the money on the side of the Boston Celtics. Point spread, no information as of right now on that one. But for the total points, we have 89% of the bets and 85% of the money towards the over 227.5. All right. Now, looking for the injury report here between these two teams. Kevin Durant is going to be out for the Phoenix Suns. For the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown is a game-time decision here. Suns are reeling right now in a 4-game losing streak, and they're struggling to stay within that play-in. Right now, they're at the 11th spot. They're trying to move up to the 10th spot. Right now, they are 1 game behind. If we're looking at the standings here, they're 1 game behind the Sacramento Kings. All right, the Celtics just came off a embarrassing loss against the Miami Heat. They got blown out by 21 points. All right, so this particular matchup here, if we're looking at it, Boston already beat them March 26th. That was a 30-point blowout. It's all, at this point, this is a couple games left for the regular season. Who has the most motivation? The Suns have all the motivation right now. The Suns are still trying to play in to get to that 10th spot. The Celtics have nothing to play for. Nothing. They don't want anything to happen. They don't even want their backup guys to get hurt. They are very nonchalant, as you saw in that game against the Miami Heat. It's just too much value on the 14.5. Trying to bet, it might bite me back just because I was on it. I was correct with the Heat and the Celtics, but we're going to keep riding this wave. Give me the Suns plus 14.5 here. Give me the more motivated team here. Celtics absolutely have nothing to play for. If we're looking at the Eastern, they are locked in. The Knicks are not going to come up and get them, and they can't go up and get Cleveland. They're locked at the 2. This is it. So in a not competitive, but Suns are going to be scoring points, all right? So give me the Suns, point spread 14.5, and give me the over 227.5, point blank, period. In the United Center here, we have the Chicago Bulls 34-42 going against the Portland Trail Blazers 34-43. Looking at the current odds for this one here, we have the Bulls as home favorites, minus 175, with the comeback of the Trail Blazers at a plus 145, point spread at a 4.5, total at 239.5. Looking at the public bet percentage here, 90% of the bets, 96% of the money towards the Chicago Bulls on the money line. For the point spread, 75% of the bets, 81% of the money towards the Bulls to cover. And for the total points, 68% of the bets, 60% of the money towards the over 239.5. Looking at the injury report here for both of these teams, as soon as this loads up for you guys. The Trailblazers are coming off a second game of a back-to-back, and technically, looking at the trends, they are 10-1 off the second game of a back-to-back. That was earlier in the season here. This is a different Portland Trailblazers team. I do want to give that with a grain of salt, all right? Portland Trailblazers right now with the injuries. Tamani Kamara is going to be a game-time decision. Duat Breeze is a game-time decision. Anthony Simons is out, which is a big loss. Jeremy Grant is out. Cisco is out as well. So 2 losses there in Jeremy Grant and Anthony Simons. For the Bulls, Julian Phillips is a game-time decision. Dalen Terry, Javon Carter, Lonzo Ball, all game-time decisions. And Trey Jones is out. All right, so for these Bulls here, they've won 3 out of the last 5 games. They're fighting with the Miami Heat right now in the play-in. Who's going to get the home court advantage in that game? All right, on the other side, Portland Trailblazers, they've struggled, and then they got the last 2 games, beating Atlanta, beat Toronto as well. And now they're in a situation here where they're traveling from Toronto over to Chicago. All right. Portland technically still has an opportunity to get to the 10 spot where the Kings are, but they have to go above the Phoenix Suns, and they are a game behind, a game and a half, really. So it's going to be a tough ask in that particular spot here. There's more on the side with the Chicago Bulls. We got too many key pieces here for the Portland. Anthony Simons is huge, and then Jeremy Grant. That's their 1-2 punch here. So in this game, we have revenge narrative. Portland already beat them in January. I like the Chicago Bulls in this spot here. All right, I like how they've been playing with Kobe White. I like how Josh Giddey has been as well. And I think this offense is really, really lethal right now. And it could be a dangerous 8 seed to give a little bit. Well, we'll see. They got to get through the play-in, and we'll see if they can win their next game to get into the playoffs as well. But Bulls, give me across the board, Bulls on the money line, Bulls to cover, and give me the over 239.5 as well. In Toyota Center here, we have the Houston Rockets 50-27 going against the OKC Thunder 64-12. If we're looking at the odds for this particular game here, we have the Thunder as road favorites minus 300 with the comeback of the Rockets at a plus 240. Point spread at a 7.5. Total points at 231.5. Public bet percentage here, 83% of the bet, 68% of the money here on the side of OKC. No information as of right now on that point spread. But for the total, 85% of the bets, 83% of the money towards the over 231.5. All right, looking at the injury report here for both of these teams, we have Jay Mitchell, Jalen Williams, Alex Dukas, Asmay Diong all out, and Nikola Topic out for the year. For the Rockets, Dylan Brooks, their main enforcer, he's going to be out of this game due to suspension with all his technicals. So that is poor timing. Well, technically, both of these teams are locked in. This is the 1 and the 2 seed here in the Western Conference. It is pretty much, as long as the SGA is playing, I'm going with the OKC Thunder. That's how it's kind of going here with how the Thunder have been playing in this current win streak that they got right now of 11 games. And it doesn't matter who they're playing. As long as SGA is on that court, then we're going to be siding with the OKC Thunder. Rockets are going to be without Dylan Brooks in this game. That's going to be a big loss to them. And so far in this season series, it has gone to the OKC Thunder here, 3-1, okay? So the Houston Rockets were able to get one win in Houston. That was 116-119. That was a closely contested game, but every other game has been double digits besides one, which it was 9 points in that one here. All right, so if we're looking at the total, 231.5, they've gone over this total 4 out of the last 5 games. I like the over in this one. It should be a competitive environment anyway. So give me the over 231.5 on the total. The question is, can the Rockets cover? All right, can the Rockets cover at home? We're going to lean with the plus 7.5. Okay, ultimately, I do think the Thunder get this win, but this obviously 1 and 2 seed here, 7.5 points is just a little bit too much. Give me the point spread of plus 7.5. If you want the money line will be Thunder in the over 231.5. In Chase Center here, we have the Golden State Warriors 44-31 going against the Denver Nuggets here 47-30. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here, we have Warriors as home favorites minus 135 with the comeback of the Nuggets at a plus 110. Point spread at a 2.5, and the total points at 234.5. Injury report on this game here, since we have no public bet percentage as of right now. Denver Nuggets, we're waiting on news on Peyton Watson, Julian Strother, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, and Christian Braun. For the Warriors, we just know that Gary Payton is going to be out. All right, so for this particular matchup here, we got a double revenge narrative here with the Warriors losing back-to-back games there against the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Cup. And then on March 17th, they lost by 4 and then lost by 9 in Golden State. They're back in Golden State here where they can salvage themselves because they're battling with the Denver Nuggets right now. They're 2 games behind currently of the Denver Nuggets. So there's going to be a big game here if they can move up so they can inch up and get that number 4 spot. If they can secure the 4 spot, then that secures them home court advantage in the 4 versus 5 seeds. So they're going to be aiming for that 4. Obviously, trying to aim for that 3 as well, but 4 is definitely what they're going to be going for. In this one here, I think the Warriors bounce back from 2 losses against the Nuggets. Give me the Warriors, on the money line here, minus 102. And for the total here, I think this is going to be a very high octane battle. I like the over in this one as well. Denver Nuggets defense has been a huge question mark, and it continues to be an issue. I like the over 234.5 as well. All right, so those are going to be our plays for the Friday slate. Let me know in that comment section down below if you agree or disagree. Definitely let me know in that comment section down below. If you guys want to sign up for the Patreon and get the plays for this weekend in college basketball, definitely look at that link provided down below in the description. Get connected. You're getting full access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes up 24/7. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon, and peace out.